This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 935, How to Find a Bargain When Making a Big Purchase by Michael Smith with FinancialFinesse.com. And I'm Dan, I'm your host here on Optimal Finance Daily, where I read to you from some of the very best personal finance blogs anywhere. And thank you to SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. Shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99. That's $4.99 a month. Try it free for 30 days and get a free 10-pound scale when you visit pb.com/finance. That's pb.com/finance. For now, let's get right to the post as we optimize your life. How to Find a Bargain When Making a Big Purchase by Michael Smith with FinancialFinesse.com. Over the last few months, I've been on a quest to add a new skill into my life. Living in Maryland, near the Chesapeake Bay with marinas galore, and as a former boat owner, I decided that sailing is a skill that I should learn. I grew up spending lots of time on the bay and lived on a boat for a number of years after my marriage ended, but I've always been a powerboat guy. Fire up the engines, get out into the open water, throttle up, and head to wherever we wanted to go. I always admired the simplicity and beauty of sailboats, but I've never spent much time on them. I'm going to change that now, but the journey hasn't been easy. Finding the perfect sailboat with a limited budget. I had some parameters that made buying my boat a bit difficult. I had a fairly low budget because I bought a house about a year and a half ago and used a large chunk of my savings for that. With a new mortgage and child support, cash flow is still relatively constrained. As excited as I am about learning to sail, I'm not willing to compromise my other goals like retiring on time in order to have a boat today. So within my small price range, I got to work looking and I saw a lot of boats. Usually my first thought was, I can maybe make this work, or is this a boat or a crime scene? Everything I saw needed a lot of work and I'm not opposed to that, but some were going to be lucky to not sink when they hit the water. None of them struck me as, this is the one, though. Adding up all the costs. I kept looking, kept searching, and then, boom, in the same week I saw two that were within my price range and felt like home, although one had a higher sticker price than the other. That's when I started doing the full-blown calculations of what this will cost me. Things I included are the price of the boat, monthly cost of a slip at the marina, insurance, and things like repairs and upgrades I'd want to do. After factoring in all of that, the full cost of each boat was roughly the same. How to choose? So it came down to preference. When I gave each boat a score from 1 to 100 based on what I wanted from an old sailboat, they both came in at about 90, which is awesome because the others came in at around 10 to 15 on that 100-point scale. These were two serious outliers and perhaps a bit mispriced. What I later discovered is that both were owned by people trading up to much larger and much more expensive boats, and they wanted to unload their boat quickly to avoid paying for insurance and marina costs. With two boats that I valued equally, my buying strategy was to put in an offer a bit lower than the asking price on each one and see what happened. So what happened? Well, I lost out on one boat to another buyer, and on the other, they gave me a counteroffer, which I accepted. So by the time you read this, I'll be out on the Chesapeake Bay learning how to sail. Wish me luck. I'm just hoping I keep my head low enough not to be hit in the head by the boom, some of my early sailing terminology at play here, as it swings from one side to another, knocked overboard and unconscious. If that happens and I'm out on the boat alone, this may be my last blog. The big takeaway for everyone. When you are planning a major purchase, whether it's a car, boat, household appliance, house, etc., the best way to go about getting the most value for your hard-earned dollars is to have a plan and have a strategy. I went into this with a definite maximum spending limit, and it was low. Patience was required because I looked at over a dozen boats in person and hundreds online and only found two that were acceptable given my goals. Factor in all the costs. Don't just look at the price of the thing, look at all the associated costs. For example, when my daughter bought a new car, her insurance rates went way up. When buying a major appliance, there are delivery and installation costs to figure in. Don't forget closing costs when evaluating a mortgage. Control your emotions. Don't let your emotions make you buy up. When looking at one boat that had a dirty, smelly frat house vibe, I walked past another that had a for sale sign on it, and I looked at that one the next day. It was several $1,000s above my maximum price, but it was nice, and my emotions told me that I could somehow make it work. I had to talk myself down from that emotion and stick to my plan. Emotions can sometimes be the enemy of good decision-making. How I kept my head in the game. In the end, I had a little index card where I wrote down the things that I wanted from a vote, including my maximum price, and some things that would be deal breakers. When in doubt, or if I was tempted to stray from my plan, I'd look at my handy-dandy index card and it would help bring me back to rational world. This way I know that I'll always have smooth sailing, at least when it comes to the financial side of this new hobby. You just listened to the post titled, How to Find a Bargain When Making a Big Purchase by Michael Smith with FinancialFinesse.com. Don't forget, shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. And for being an Optimal Finance Daily listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get you started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you never overpay. Save time and money on mailing and shipping with SendPro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, again, that's just $4.99. You can also qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping, calculate exact postage online, and print from your PC. Go to pb.com/finance to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/finance. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. All right, that's going to finish up this week here on Optimal Finance Daily. Thank you so much for being a regular listener and for subscribing to the show as well. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday, believe it or not, the last day of September. And that's where your optimal life awaits.